Okay, thank you for the time, Mas Angga. You hear my voice, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it's audible.
So, yeah, I will share the screen. How to share? Okay. Sorry, my PC is just kind of lagging. Please be patient. So, do you see my screen or not? Have you see my screen?
Not yet. It's still processing.
Okay. Maybe I'll turn off my video
Okay,
for a moment
it's clear now.
because yeah. Okay.
You
Uh,
can make it full, like slideshow.
okay.
Slideshow.
So the discussion topics for today is buying now, regret later, consumerism, housing, and environment. Um, so I want to tell you about my today story before we discuss about this topic. So well, when I make this presentation, I feel like I need something to boost me up to make my mood better. So I I bought snacks from Indomaret, which is something I rarely do because I kind of like doesn't have the right mood to make this presentation. So I bought the snack. So after I bought the snack, I feel like it didn't help me to create this presentation, although it is done. But that snacks factor doesn't really help me to make on making this presentation because after all I just grab my snack and ate it like and when I grab my snack and ate it I just scroll my social media without making this presentation. But lately I realized that I had to make this presentation. So yeah, I kind of regret after buying those snacks because like I said earlier that I rarely bought a snack for a special occasion, especially making this presentation. Yeah, I kind of regret it, but it's okay. The snack has been consumed and it has been in my stomach. Just make me not hungry. So yeah, consumerism, housing, and environment. So like I told you, actually that I don't need to buy a snack because it's I have I have eaten this afternoon and my stomach is full. But yeah, I mean like just to buy something just to make me feel good. I think like it's the definition of consumerism. And also uh, I will discuss about housing and I will link it to the environment problem about consumerism or housing. Okay, so yeah, when we buy something, sometimes we do not think twice about it. Like I bought snack before, I don't think further because I thought that buying a snack is not that expensive. I mean, like it's cheap. I only spent like 20,000 rupiah for that. However, we may wonder, does it really worth it? Was it a need, want, or just being impulsive? I think like I bought a snack this afternoon is because is it a want? This is what I want. I want to buy this snack. That I doesn't really need a snack, but I'm not really impulsive. I mean, like, yeah, the snack make me not hungry, and uh, my stomach is full of because of it. So I want to ask you. This is my first question for you all. Have you ever buy something that is booming at the time? I mean, like merch like this. This is a football jersey, custom accessories. This is a phone casing, and I don't know. There is Bentley. I think this is expensive, and also trending food. Like if you remember back in COVID era, we create a food called Escapal Milo. If you ever buy that something, how do you feel after buying the item? Anyone want to answer this question? Hello.
You can choose someone to speak up, Miss
No.
Hilmi, if there is no one raising their hand. Please
Okay.
challenge them to speak up.
Okay. Maybe I will uh, choose Miss Sophie here because she comment about it. Yeah. The question is, have you ever buy something that is booming at that time, and how do you feel after buying the item?
Yeah. When you ask me like how am I feeling at the moment when I bought it, obviously like it gave me some dopamine and makes me happy. But whether is it like a functional in the long term, obviously not. I remember when the Jordan A1 coming and I just like
Uh,
I was still a student and I was so broke, but I tried to convince my parent to to give me some money to buy Jordan 1, and I can count by my finger how many time I used that. It's less than 5 times. And I regret it so much. I try to reduce this kind of behavior because I feel like this is kind of repetition already when I go to some place and I feel like, oh, this is cute. Like just because it's cute and then we buy it. And and then at the end of the day I staring in my room like a bunch of stuff that I never used either. So yeah, this is something also I'm working on. I try to keep and buy something that only useful for daily basis.
but I thought that Air Jordan one is a shoe, right? Shoes, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's shoes.
Does it not um, long
It's a
last long?
very high quality shoes, but the problem is I was living in village. Like I'm not living in a big city. So it's like it's kind of like contrast. If you where do you want to wear the shoes in the very small village? Like it
Oh,
just.
okay.
I mean, right now I don't really give a thing about what people think about what I'm wearing, but
I
at the
see. Yeah.
moment I still thinking like, oh, should I go to the market with my mom with Jordan A1? Like this is embarrassing. Yeah,
You
and
want
we
to do
we can
right?
also wearing to
Yeah,
school because like it should be black.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
agree.
very impulsive behavior at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. You bought it as at that time when it become a trending, right? So how about the others? Have you ever bought something that maybe trending? Also something like so I'm for context, I'm a Real Madrid fans. I usually buy a jersey, Real Madrid jersey every year, and I know that this is not the thing that you have to spend spend a lot of money in there. So yeah, mm, I didn't buy an original one because I think the replica is good enough. So yeah, uh, that's 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 why I don't regret buying it. How about the other? Maybe Miss. I mean, a lot of. Okay, Mr. Saifullah Putra, do you have the, this kind of experience?
Okay, well, actually, I'm still thinking what products or what merch that I bought maybe in the past time that I realized that I regret that. Maybe I would choose online packaging. I like online payment, online streaming packages. Because sometimes I bought the online streaming packages and I realized that I barely watch like from the movie or the serials from Netflix or on YouTube, but I bought the package or I subscribed to their application. So that's why I think I regretted that decision. But overall, sometimes I feel that in my daily life I need to chill out with my with myself and try to give space to the public that I don't want to hang out with my friends, and I just stay in my room and watch some movies, some serials, and it could maybe it could unwind my stress also. So I think the my feeling for my decision is just 50-50, because I'm not a typical person that always buy anything that trending, and I have to think for a while um and consider about the function, about the effect after buying the product.
So yeah, thank you, Mr. Saifullah Putra. Yeah, there is a saying that the true price of buying Netflix is the true price of buying Netflix subscription is your time, not your money. I guess that's kind of true. That's why I rarely subscribes that streaming service, whether it's Disney or anything. I don't even subscribe to Spotify or YouTube. I don't think it's worth it because I have found a way to hack it. I mean, not that hacking. Like yeah, I mean, if I found a way to hack it, I mean, like I don't have to buy it, right? Yeah. Okay. Continue with Miss Dia, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Helmi. Yeah, I ever buy something that is booming at that time, such as Escapal Milo. And what I feel after buying the item is, I suppose that it's so interesting and I can post for my Instagram or WhatsApp story and I can following the trend. I guess if it's a food, I'm okay with that. But if a product or something else, perhaps it's not long lasting, I think. Yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you.
I'm sorry, perhaps it's not a what? Uh,
Eh, It's not long lasting.
oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every food is just like that. Okay, thank you, Miss Dia. Uh, Mr. Sunny, please. Miss Young Sunshine.
Hello, sir. Yeah, so one of uh, the stuff that I ever bought, that is jersey also, Manchester United jersey. Yeah, I bought that jersey for many time. Every seasons, I bought one. The next season, I bought two. Another season, I bought three. But I really regret, yeah, to buy this Manchester United jersey, because this club is always lose every times, yeah. So that's why that's jersey or that team that's really useless. But after I change another jersey that is Arsenal jersey, so it make me satisfied. I wanna buy more jersey because of this team that's really cool for me. Thank you, sir.
Well, I agree to Mr. Young Sunshine here, and also I'm sorry for the loss of many loss that experienced by Manchester United. Okay, next, Mrs. Aulia.
Okay, thank you for your chance. I ever buy something that is boomed at the time, for example, like ice cream, if I'm not wrong, like around 2 until 3 times, but I just uh, buy something booming when for small things, just for small things. If the things is bigger and then have high price, I think I will not buy the things. In my life, I think I rarely regret to buy something, because before I buy some product, I really think, do I really need the things, or I'm not really need the things. That's all from me.
Thank you, Miss Aulia. Okay, I will give one more opportunity to anyone who wants to answer this question before it will get more specific about the question. Anyone want to answer this question? It doesn't have to be an item or something like maybe uh, buying a ticket for buying a movie ticket that is currently booming, like you don't actually like the movie, but you don't want to miss the trends or the news, so you buy a movie ticket. Anyone want to add some answer here? Okay, maybe for first timer, Mr.
Maybe maybe just a little bit. Mas,
Okay, yeah.
uh, for me, I really buy something which is booming at the time. It's probably because I really see advertisements. Mas Hilmi, yeah, I don't really
Yeah.
follow like any advertisements or something that is going viral. Well, I think that's the reasons that I did not get affected by by the viral ones. So yeah, that,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Angga. So, for the next question, if you found out that the price of that thing that you want to buy is pretty expensive, do you consider to rent it or not? Or maybe you find other alternative. So, for example, like I know that um, Indonesian people is a little bit creative by creating this business of renting high-end phones like iPhone or Samsung Galaxy Ultra for, I don't know, maybe to show up for gathering, or in Ramadan they often like to show up for to their friend that they have the iPhone or Samsung Galaxy Ultra to raise their social status, or maybe like I said earlier that I I don't buy I don't subscribe YouTube or Spotify, but I found out uh, a cheap one, a cheap option. So if you have you ever have that experience about considering this? Okay, Mr. Yusuf here, please.
Hello, Abian. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you there?
Long time no see. Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting question. I think when I found the price that I want is pretty expensive, right? And if I consider it as a rent or not, you know that I'm a book reader and so a diehard maniac of the book. You know that in this case I never see the buy book like an errand or something, but I think I considered it as a infestation, you know. Maybe I just doesn't finish the book, but I always think that maybe my son, my daughter, or my grandson, my granddaughter can read it someday. So I think it as an infestation in case of buying book that you know in Indonesia it's very expensive when you buy a book in Periplus if you know than the Gramedia, and please consider that the price of book in Java and the East Indonesia it's very imbalanced. So I ever buy the book in Java and the Papua, it's very different, different price. So whatever and how much the price, I consider it as investment, simply as that. In my case.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Yusuf. I hope you're doing well over there in Malang. Yeah, I really, I have the same argument with Mr. Yusuf. Like, if you buy a book, I think, uh, and we know that a book in Indonesian is a little bit expensive, but we also have a library, so we don't have to rent it. Even we don't have to rent it, we just have to borrow it, right? And I think that it's a reasonable way to get what we want or what we need. Okay, next, Mr. Saifullah Putra.
Okay, thank you. Well, honestly, when the question asks me that way, I think I consider to not buy the product because yeah, I'm a typical person that consider a lot before buying product because I won't really know that this product will be beneficial for me, will be functional to help my daily basis. So that's why sometimes if the product is it's a kind of pricey, I thought that I wouldn't buy it. And you know that we've known a lot of strategies or maybe a lot of methods in on the internet or maybe on the social media that can be used to control our consuming behavior. Like for example, there is a influencer says that if the product you can buy the product if you want to buy the product and you think a lot and I think regularly in your daily basis around 10 times, so you need the product. Okay. Or maybe um anyone else says that if you have the capacity, if you have the ability to buy the product 3 times or 4 times more than the price of the product, so you can buy it, the product. Okay, so there is maybe several methods that I suggest to all of you to before buying the product, because sometimes if we buy the product recklessly, it would ruin our lives and it would ruin our finance. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Saifullah Putra. I couldn't agree with that. Couldn't agree more with that. Okay, next person, Mr. Young Sunshine.
Well, so the first time that if you have to decide between rent and also not, you have to use the product analysis first. So that products will be your needs or wants. Yeah. I suppose that there's several of you from the economic sectors, yeah, how to manage your money well between how to separate between wants and needs. Yeah, if that situation's wants, so 100%, I will postpone and I will not buy that products. By another hand, when this kind of your needs that you will use every day, that will be your main stuff that you need to use for your work, for your study, for everything that it can call it by a need. So yeah, I will try to another ways. One of them is rent. So this is the best options. Yeah, we need to know our needs or wants. Yeah, so yeah, that analysis is one of the best options. Yeah, to to manage your economics ways or your money, and also to reduce the useless stuff that sometimes yeah it'll make what that make a trash yeah one day. So this is my statement.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Young Sunshine. Right, is Miss Dia, you want to answer? The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Helmi. If the things such as gadget, iPhone, or Samsung, I'm still questioning why some people run for the things, accepting if a camera for community, charity, etc. I totally support it. I'm totally agree with Mr. Shaifullah said before. Uh, if iPhone, I supposed to just buy it and you can use for investment to create a content or a day in my life. Yeah, something like that, and produce more and more as I do. And yeah, it's good for me. Thank you.
Yeah, so basically it depends on what we need, right? I mean, like renting a high-end phones is not a bad thing as long as we know that renting that phone will maybe give us a benefit, not just for show up, but also just like this dear said, like making content or yeah, giving benefit to our life. Uh, Maybe next, Mr. Angga want to speak something about.
Yes, sorry, Mas Hilmi. Somehow I can't raise my hand. I don't know why. But yeah, I just got triggered by Mr. Who's that? Kibo statement, aka Young Sunshine, said before uh, that so you have to consider, you have to really think about what you need and what you don't need, like between wants and uh, the needs, right? But sometimes, not sometimes, but most of the time, our like economic situation pushes or defines what we need. The things that we actually don't need, they can really influence us to buy it, like as if we actually need it, but in fact we don't need it. For example, an expensive bag. A bag is the thing that we use to carry our stuff, right? From books, pens, pencils, laptop, etc. But sometimes people got triggered to buy an expensive thing, like an expensive bag, simply just to carry their stuff. So my question is, maybe to anyone that is also triggered by the statement, how do we define the need and wants? Like, how do we differentiate it? It's just a follow-up question by me. Thank you.
Mr. Young Sunshine here want to respond.
Yeah. Well, so there is one of the nice books, yeah, that trying to mentions about the life levels of the persons. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, it'll every persons will have a different what needs and wants. Yeah, it depend on their career, different on their salary level, different on their education background and everything. So, but yeah, there is one of the example, but it's not talking about the stuff. Yeah, when you stay in the city, for example, and you work in that city, we can call it Jakarta, for example, and you are from another cities, yeah, and you arrive in Jakarta or another big cities, for example, and you're really confused how to choose which one the boarding house that best to you, yeah, that best to you. So from that situation, there are many variants of a boarding house, yeah, from 1 million, 2 million until 20 million, for example. So how the way for me to choose which one the best boarding house? Yeah, from that book mentioned that 10% of your salaries, yeah, is used for your residence. So it means if today my salary is 100 million, for example, so a maximum I need to find 20 millions, yeah, maximum of what the price of my residence, yeah, the place that I stay right now. This is for example. So 10%, yeah, for residence, for your homestay. Yeah, so yeah, in that book has many percentage also about how to separate your sellers, but I really forget that books. Yeah, about residence, about your what living. It's not living cost. How to say that? It's like uh the cost for your food, yeah, and your beverage, for example, and the cost of your entertain, for example. Yeah, there are percentage of your salaries that need to be divided. Yeah, so that's why what I say in the situations, yeah, we cannot say that everyone has the same needs and same wants. So the way that we have to do is, yeah, just ask yourself, this is needs or not. Needs is like, oh, without this stuff, yeah, you can continue your education, you can continue your work, you can continue blah 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 and other. So yeah, it's still called by wants in the situation, because when you don't need, you still continue your life. But in other situations, yeah, when it'll be difficult with that stuff, yeah, so you can call by needs. Yeah, for example, you don't you right now you work in IT, but in the situation you don't have a laptop, for example, so that laptop is called by needs. Yeah, so this is yeah, little bit the statement coming from me, Mr. Unger. Thank you.
Uh, well, it's a pretty good reason. It's pretty good. Very, very, very good answer. That, yeah, I agree that we need to assess whether to buy or rent something based on what we need or what we want. If we can buy it later, or if we don't need it at all, we might we might not need it. I'm sorry. Okay. Before we continue to the next question, I want to have a little survey here. Who is here is a millennials? Raise your hand. Millennial or Gen Z or maybe millennial. Yeah. Who is here is a millennial? Raise your hand, please. Okay. I don't see any. Yeah, I'm also somewhere in between because between Gen Z and millennial. Who is what is the upper of millennials? I guess like baby boomer. I guess there is no baby boomer here. Who is here is Gen X. I don't think we have participant from Gen X. What about Gen Z? I guess this is the most excited uh, generation, right? I'm also Generation Zulu. So the reason, yes, Mr. Angga, people born after 2000 is considered as Gen Z, uh, based on some research. So the reason why I ask you that because this sometimes when it comes to small purchase like snacks or subscription, we often do not think it further. But what about big purchase like buying a house? I guess we cannot apply the same method similar to the previous thing. Like we can just buy a house based on it's the house model. The house architecture is uh, trending. I want to buy that house. I want to build a house, but we also consider a lot of factor, a lot of things before buying or renting, right? So this is data from I forget where do I get this data. So buying a home for millennials is more expensive than the generation before, like baby boomers. There is this is a median household income. This is in US dollar, so I thought that this is from the survey from United States. Sorry, sorry. This is a survey from United States. This is like a year they for baby boomer a year they got like 20,000 US dollar, and the price of the house is somehow is 4 times more than the annual earning. But for millennials, it's true that the annual earnings is more than baby boomer, around 75 million. However, the price of the house in 2022 when the millennial have to buy a house is like mm, 5 times bigger than that. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, 6 times more. Mm, almost eight times. Yeah, that's why I asked you about your generation. So when it comes to buy a house or a place to stay, it doesn't need to be a house. Just like Mr. Yang Sunshine said, maybe it's a boarding house, an apartment, or a place to stay, other place to stay. Uh, do you think we should buy it or just rent it, and why? Anyone want to answer this question? Again, Miss Yang Sunshine, please.
Yeah, actually it depends on our ability. Yeah, between we can buy and also not in those questions. But once again, yeah, it's like the source that I read from one of the books that mentioned that 10% of your salaries, yeah, 10 millions your salary. So it means the price of your rent, yeah, no more than 2 millions because 10% from 10 millions in that situation. Sorry, 1 million, yeah, 10% from 10 millions. Yeah, even though you did credit ya credit. How to say in English? I forgot. Cicilan ya. How to say that in English?
Installment.
Yeah, installment. Yeah, either this is installment or what installment or cash in those situations, but it's no more than 10%. But if I have to choose between rent and also buy, of course buy if I have so much money. But when I don't have money, yeah, maybe about this moment, yeah, I need to rent first. But why I choose buy? Because yeah, one of the best infestations, yeah, in my perspective, that is land and property, yeah, except apartment, yeah, except apartment. But one of the best investment that is land and also what building in the situation. So that's why, yeah, if I got the money, why not? I prefer to buy than rent. This is my statement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yang Sunshine. Next up, with Mr. Saifullah Putra.
Okay, well, from my perspective, I would say that I would rent it the house because I think buying a house needs a lot of struggle because my salary is really low. If we compare to the data to buy a house in Indonesia right now, and I have a strong principle before buying the house. So we have to buy the house when we are ready to buy it. So when we are struggling with our career and with our jobs, we can rent a house or rent a boarding house to live, and then put aside some money, put aside our salary monthly or annually, and try to look for maybe a dream house that we dream, maybe in the downtown or in the suburb or even in the in the rural area. So what salary?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Saifullah Putra, for the answer. Maybe anyone want to answer this question? I have this. I looked at. Okay. There is some. I will. I will ask Miss Nisa Febri to answer this question. Please, Miss Nisa Febri. Oh, Miss Dia. I'm sorry. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Helmi. It's my subjective opinion, so I suppose rent a boarding house because I'm a student, I'm broke, and I don't have money to buy my own house. And nowadays, Gen Z said like the house is very expensive, better to buy a food that you like. Yeah, and I'm still have a hometown with my parents, and yeah, it's enough for me. Yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Dia. Hope you get rich soon. Uh, Maybe Miss Nisa Febri want to answer this question, or uh, there is someone who's uh been. Yeah, maybe Miss Nisa Febri first.
Okay, Mr. Helmi, thank you for the opportunity. I think nowadays renting a house is still worth it, but it depends on the urgency. Well, for the condition, if we are still single or we plan to get married, or and the position is perhaps our economic is still unstable, I think renting a house is still worth it because, in my opinion, I think living a peace life is living without any debt. So whether we are quite was that confused with the installment every month, it would be better if we was that try to more in at more income for another side job perhaps, or we can save the money if we really need the the house in the future.
Okay, thank you. Um, for the next question, I will just go to the next question because I think this is pretty similar with the previous question. I will answer this question first. What is the most important factor that influenced me to buy or rent a house? I This is just a triggering question. The second question is just triggering question. So like for me that I I rent a house. I currently live in central Jakarta, in a boarding house that is cheap. The size is worth it, and also the location is pretty strategic. That's why I choose to rent this boarding house. I'm grateful that I my friend told me about this location, and this is really strategic and also very cheap if we consider the location. But of course, I maybe throw some category like the size of my boarding house, my room is not that big. That's why I mean like the price is also cheap. Um, so what about you guys? Do you think location, price, size will determine you to buy or maybe just rent a place where you stay or a house? Or is it just so people to see you as a successful person in the future? I mean, like there is some discussion here in the chat room that you want to buy with uh, room in, you want to buy house in Alam Sutra or something. Mr. Adi here answer. Please, Mr. Adi, do speak what you have in mind. Mr. Young Sunshine, please hold on a second. You have spoken too much. I will give the opportunity to the others. Mr. Adi here wants to say something. Hello, Mr. Adi. You seem active in the chat room, but I don't know. Maybe Mr. Yusuf, do you want to answer this question?
Okay, I thank you for the question. I think I give a priority when I give a point. I prefer to rent than to buy, same as the other. And the priority, the one is of course price. The second is size, and the third is location. And also I give a point when I rent a house, if it is has a neighbor or not, because I just cannot stand alone and living alone without a socialization. So it's not about the people to see me as a successful person. Just I just a realistic human. So I just the first one priority is the price, of course.
So is it okay if it's far from your work or your work location?
Oh, I think for me, because since I work in Malang, and when it's far from my work, it's not that really problem for me, because I work in a shift mode, and I somehow shift in the morning, the afternoon, and the night. So the traffic light in the morning, it doesn't matter too much for me. It's different when you have a 9 to 5. in Malang it's so bad, and it will be very depressing as well as in Jakarta.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more about it. But yeah, maybe in Jakarta you prioritize the location, but you know everyone have their capacity and their consider. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Yusuf.
Yes,
Uh,
welcome.
well, but Mr. Yang Sanchen, yeah, you want to answer? Is this so bad, man? Please.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, Mr. Adi. Let's speak. This country is free to speak. Okay. Well, so for now, yeah, basically everyone has different capacity, yeah. But if I need to what give a prioritized location is the main priority for me, because when minister call me, so I need to be directly come to my office. So this is the reasons that location is the best options for me, yeah, to choose as the main priority. And the second is price, of course, yeah. So I don't think about the size, yeah, it either small or big. By another situations, price is one of what is one of our oil, yeah, or capacity also, either we can buy or not in the situations. And the last is size. Why I choose size is the last options, yeah, it because when you're still single, you don't have kids, you don't have family, yeah, you can stay everywhere, yeah, you can stay in the studio room. I suppose that is not the big problems, yeah, because you still uh, single or yeah, alone in the situation. And yeah, so where is I suppose that there is the chat that mentions that Menteng is the symbol of the rich people. I suppose that is not the persons, but the symbol of the rich family is not the rich person. I thought, because the people that stay in Menteng that you see right now is the all rich people. Yeah, so it's coming from her grandmother, grandfathers, and so on. So right now, most of people, I suppose that yeah, most of the rich people they separate stay everywhere inside of Jakarta. Yeah, I because yeah, I feel it because every day I see, yeah, many businessmen, and also uh what the famous the famous people is like minister and others also, they stay in the small apartment, yeah, one of them in Kokas, yeah. So because I meet with many ministers in Kokas, yeah, and they stay there, even though it's like Rosaini and others, yeah, they stay in Kokas in that small apartment. So I suppose that many place, yeah, it's not only in Menteng only, yeah, but for the whole era, yeah, I agree that most of the rich persons stay there. Yeah, this is my assessment.
Thank you, Mr. Yang Sunshine. Okay, I will give the opportunity to anyone who hasn't speak. Mr. GNR, maybe? Hello, Mr. GNR?
Yeah, hello. Sorry. I just try to read the question first. Um,
It's okay.
what's the most important factor that influence? Yeah. First, the first one. So the most important factor for me, yeah, the location and price is talking about our budget constraint, right? So if you don't have a budget constraint, I think the location and the price is not really matters, because you can buy whatever you want, right? Wherever the location. And but yeah, for the to people to see as a successful person, I don't think so. I'm not kind of person like that. But I just remember when I'm start work at that time. My father, my father especially told me like, if you already have enough money, I mean, like, don't buy a car, don't buy vehicle, just buy a property. I mean, house. And I just follow his suggestion. Even at that time, I'm still single at that time, so I just buy property. Um, but uh, I really I really like. I mean, like, little bit regret because the property that I bought at that time is not. I mean, like, I didn't stay at that house. I mean, like, because I think like it's a good value. I mean, the price is good, but little bit far, and it's hard to. So I just make it like a rent for other people. But somehow, like, there's a risk, right? So I just noticed that if you have enough money and then you buy property, so it's better you how to say, yeah, you live there instead of you rent for others. So if you have, like, yeah, I'm kind of person like, if you have much money, so yeah, I do agree that it's better to invest in property. But I think it's better if the property is without the building. Because if house is this, based on my experience, if your house is not, how to say, no, there's no people live there, and let's say the market is not good, meaning that you cannot rent to the others. So the house, the building will be like, how to say, rooting and get, I mean, like, broken. So I think it's better to just, if you have like enough money, just buy property, just land. No need, no, not necessary for the building. I think this is a good way to invest. Um, but anyway, yeah, I already have my home, and I think it's good for me. But speaking at the time, so I kind of have like bad experience as well with the bank system. Yeah, maybe say KPR, right? I don't know how to say in English. So at that time, I just realized that when I already paid the loan, the installment, I think after over like two year, I just pay the how to say, the interest. We don't pay the how to say, the essential. I mean, like, the debt itself. So I just pay the interest. I'm kind of surprised at that time. So that's how the banks work, I think. And then after that moment, I prefer, like, if you have like, I mean, like, if you want to buy property, just better save your money first, and then buy in the you can buy it. So instead of using KPR, because I'm really surprised about that at that time, because the KPR is like, it's really crazy. So you just pay the interest in the how to say, in the monthly, daily, in the monthly. So I mean, like, the essential debt is still exists. So I think that's how why some people try to. I mean, like, there's some another suggestion, right? So instead of you buy house with the KPR system, so better you rent house first and you saving your money, and then after you get enough money, you can buy cash. But still, I think it's not work if you how to have desire to buy money in the central of Jakarta or central of city. So, but still, I think have a property is more important rather than you buy the vehicle, or maybe like, maybe, or it's a gadget or anything. So yeah, this may be my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Mr. GNR. Oh, okay. The next one, Miss Dia, please.
Okay, thank you. It's so interesting point of view from Mr. GNR. Okay. If I can choose by priority, the important factor, I guess, the location, second one, price, and the third one, size. I agree with Mr. Yong Sunshine. I prefer to near public transportation if in Jakarta, and the price perhaps I need to calculation the salary of the month with my partner in the future. And for the size, I don't mind if the size is not so big. Yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Mr. Young Sunshine, you want to add to?
Yeah, well,
You,
yeah, I do respect with Mr. Jen our statements, but once again, yeah, uh, every career has a different path, yeah, to find the best investment for them, including of between you have to choose property or the expensive car or vehicle that you mentioned before. Yeah, it depends on the career. Maybe when you are as employee, maybe when you are as civil servants, yeah, maybe this is the good options, yeah, to stay as the home, yeah, the property that you choose, and yeah, just wait until 1 year, 20 years, and 3 years in that situations. But yeah, when the situation when you are as, for example, is like expert advisor, yeah, it's like me, I'm in status of the Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources. When every day, yeah, you will meet with maybe oligarch, maybe the person that have so much money, that maybe you will do a B2B, business to business, or government business to government and others. So the first one, the your colleagues will see you from KYC. What is KYC? Know your customer, what they bring. Is there that people will convince you to put their money to your what to your connections or relations, for example. And after that, there is KYB, yeah, know your business. And the last is know your transaction, KYT situations. So this is the reason that sometimes, yeah, to have the expensive car, to have the expensive bags, to have the expensive watch, yeah, is one of the way to convince your clients when you are not, how to say that, fucker, ya, apa, penipu, apa, deceptor, apa, I forget how to say that in English. So that's why, yeah, in the situations, it's not the all of the investment that it'll be better, especially when we invest to the property, yeah. And also another situation is, yeah, about the case of the several entrepreneurs, yeah, that related to my circle also in the situations. Yeah, sometimes the expensive vehicle, yeah, will drive them to the what to the higher level of their relations. Yeah, for example, right now you are in the circle of Avanza car, for example, and the several of your friends will have the Avanzas too. But in other hand, when you have MW, for example, so the circle of you also will be the same. Yeah? So of course the sellers of you will be different too in the situations. So that's why there are another perspective that can be different, yeah, depend on the career, depend on your background and others. Yeah, so this is my statement because I suppose that when we try to mention that is six, yeah, but if we look at another position or another another place in the social, it'll be nine for another people. Yeah, so that's
sorry,
why.
Mr. Young Sunshine. I think we got your point here.
Yeah. So that's why
Yeah,
this is yeah, the perspective of yeah,
yeah,
me in this situation. Thank you.
yeah. Okay, thank you very much. I think, yeah, well, I agree that when we buy something that we also need to see the impact of our buying, like buying a house in a strategic place or buying a luxury items, maybe we can see the impacts of it. Miss Aulia here want to answer, please.
Okay, thank you for the chance. For me, I will consider the status of my job firstly. Um, I mean, uh, I already get a permanent job or still not permanent job. If I get a permanent job and I have enough money, I think I will buy a house. But if didn't have a permanent job, I prefer to rent a house because the condition of my job right now is still uh, not a permanent. I have a full job but not permanent, still in contract. So I prefer to rent a house near my office. So I just walk from my house to my office. And then, for example, if I already get a permanent job, I think I will consider location first, and then the price, and then the size. I think I need the home which not far away from my office, because if the house is far from office, I think we need more time, more energy, and then we will, how do you say, melalui more traffic. So I think the location is first factor, and then the second one is price. For me, it's okay to stay in simple house as long as the house is safe, and then as long as the house is safe and and clean for me. And the last one is the size. I think I put this factor because I'm still single and didn't I'm still single and not married. If I already get married, I think I will choose a home who have a bigger size. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Aulia. Uh, Mr. Jian, I beg your pardon. I have to stop this discussion about a personal reason to choose whether choosing between buying a house or rent a house. However, have you guys ever thought that or will think about the bigger issue like environment? So we know the issue of environment is getting hotter every day, as we know that our earth is getting warmer, and the issue of sustainability is getting more attention. And my question is, uh, before that, I want to explain this picture. So when you buy a house or rent a house or whatever it is, that thing that thing will consume energy, will produce waste. I think like buying a house, you should consider about how much energy you will be saving when you buy that house, or um, how many waste will you produce over that time when you stay in that place or that house. So uh, is it important to think about energy consumption and the effect it has on surrounding environment? What do you think, guys? Maybe Mr. GNR want to answer this question. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe yeah. I just try to. I mean, give me a second to think. Maybe others.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Actually, I just pressed for my hand led. I just want to put comment to Mr. Yong's answer, but because you already, I mean, like you like limited. Okay.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
no, no.
See
This
you
is
later.
Mr. Abdullah Imam Muzaki. You want to answer the question, please?
Okay, thank you for the opportunities that have been given to me. Hello, everyone. My name is Abdullah, and my answer through what the important things to think about the energy consumption when buying a house or living in a house. Well, first of all, I would like to say that in our constitution, in our Indonesian constitution, there is one called it AMDAL, which is which is before you build a house or before you build something that could get some. I mean the destruction things through environment. The government would analyzing through AMDAL, and for me, I think it's an important thing. It's an important thing to do, and it's important, and it's an important thing to. mm, how do I say? Uh, I think to go through AMDAL, because if you buy house without thinking about the environment destruction, you're gonna destroy the environmental, and then didn't make a sustainability. So for me, is it's so important to think about the things we do through the environmental. And if we want to make a sustainability environmental, we have to think about our consumption too. Well, I think that's all for me. Sorry if I couldn't answer it right.
Yeah, it's okay. I will. I think I get your answer that uh, by knowing that this house or this construction or everything that we buy is have an AMDAL, or I mean other environment assessment, you think that it is safe, that will be it 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 will be a matter that you need to think about. Yeah. Okay. So next, I want Mr. Angga, Mas Angga, to answer this question. I know that you are working in NGO that working in energy transition. So please, Mr. Angga, answer this question, please.
Yes, first of all, um, yes, my simple answer is yes, but I have several conditions. If I were to establish this kind of house, first of all, I need to have like a proper knowledge on it. I can learn, I can study, and so on. This is important because right now, although I'm well aware that this kind of house is really important to establish, but again, I need like a complete understanding or knowledge of it, right? So I know the risk, I know the consequences, etc. Secondly, I need to have like enough money to buy it because at the moment, having a house like this is not affordable. It's not cheap, considering the regulation also, right? That is not, I can say, in favor of this kind of establishment of the house of the Indonesian people. So if those two conditions were met, I would happily build this kind of house and have this house, Mas Hilmi, because beyond economic reason or comfort, having this kind of house is important to protect our environment, to have less emissions that can contribute to global warming and climate change, etc., etc. Well, that's my short answer, Mas Hilmi.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Angga. Does anyone except Mr. Yang Sunshine want to answer this question? I'm sorry, Mr. Yang Sunshine. I will give the opportunity to uh, the participant who haven't answered this question. The question from the early this discussion, Miss Henny, please. I haven't heard you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ilmi, for giving me chance to explain my opinion through this question. Okay, for me, when I buy or rent a house, yeah, it's okay. It's really important for us to think about the energy consumption. What I want to underline about energy consumption here, I guess that this is the amount or the calculation of the energy we use, yeah, for people, yeah, how much we use devices, yeah, the system or the energy, yeah,
Or maybe the
it comes.
convenience like AC or refrigerator.
Yeah, like electricity, ventilation. Yeah, if we talk about environment, like electricity, ventilation, and also drainage. Yeah, saluran air drainage. Yeah, it is very important for us. Yeah, for example, if we want to take like subsidy house. Yeah, maybe at the first they don't have like a kinds of tree or something to make it green, yeah, like a green environment. We can plant some trees, yeah. It's good for us because for the environment, yeah, it's good for us to make, yeah, our environment to like a go green, yeah, go green environment. It's good. And not only that, yeah, if we talk about the environment, maybe our house, yeah, is close to the factory, yeah. Sometimes the what is that gas emission, yeah, we call as a gas emission. It will be affected to our health, yeah, if we are close to the factory. So better you consider, yeah, or you do some research, yeah, maybe from the location, from the environment, from the neighbors, yeah, whether your neighbors is horror or not, yeah, maybe a kinds of person like busybody or horror or something, yeah, location. It's very important for us to consider about that, yeah. There are many things, yeah, before you decide to buy a house, yeah. Yeah, environment is really important because we decide, yeah, as a person, we decide, yeah, whether we want to stay in a good place or in a nice place. We can create it by ourselves to make our house to be green, yeah, to be nice to stay, yeah, to be comfort. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Miss Henny. Okay. These two. Mr. Yang Sunshine first, please.
Okay, well, so the first of all, yeah, if you want to know about the emission and gas emissions, yeah, here, the all of you, I ask you, for example, Angga, you work in NGO, yeah, Angga. So you know the formulas of to count electricity consumptions of the emissions, Angga.
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Do you know the basic formula for emission calculations?
Why?
Yeah. So before, if you talk about renewable or it's like EBITDA and others, the first thing that you need to know is how to calculate. Yeah, the formula basic of the emission calculations. Yeah, the formula is emissions. This is activity times emission factors. Yeah, if the emission is more than 5,000 ppm, yeah, per millions, so it has given risk, especially for the air, the cycle of environments. And if more than 5,000, like 10,000 ppm per millions, yeah, so it's extremely dangerous for the environment. So, maybe this disadvantage if the emissions really high in our country, so it'll try to make us unhealthy in the situation. So that's why in the situations, yeah, our countries, yeah, join with the Paris Agreement, yeah, and that Paris Agreement, yeah, it has been put it in our constitutions, yeah, we can call it is Undang-Undang number 16 2016, that we need to keep, yeah, the emissions, yeah, we need to keep emissions, yeah, to be normal. Yeah, so that's why, yeah, in ABTKA, if you know, there is B40 to B50, from B50 to B60, yeah, biodiesel, until B100 in the situation without emissions. So in the situations, yeah, the countries or this government or Indonesia still fight, yeah, how to reduce that emission itself. So that's why, yeah, I propose in the situations that the emission is not only given to the industry only, but also to be put in our in every single house, yeah, in every regions, yeah, with the calculations, yeah, with the
I'm sorry.
calculation of the farmers' emission itself. Yeah.
Sorry, Mr.
So, for
Yohansa.
example, yeah, yeah.
I want to cut it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also work on the same NGO as Mr. Angga.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we need to discuss it further. I think what what the reason why I'm asking this is not about the emission or something, but it's more of do you feel comfortable when you spend a lot of energy, when you have a lot of appliances in your house, not calculating the emission? Because I know some of the participant here doesn't understand about that topic, but just a look at the daily daily conversation. I mean, like yeah, like is it energy efficient or
Yeah,
um,
because here there is energy consumption and the effect. What is the energy consumption effect? Of course, that is emissions. So I suppose, and surrounding the environment. So of course, this question is related also with the emissions that has been mentioned by previous speaker before. So I added the value or the points of that statement itself that trying to make it more specifically, yeah, the formula of emission and others.
okay, thank you for the answer, Miss Yang Sunshine. So for just for your information, guys, yes, when we're talking about energy consumption in a house or in a building, we also need to consider the emission of that. But yeah, okay, Mr. Saifullah, please.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, I do agree with the statement from the previous speakers that say we should consider about energy consumption and the effects on surrounding environment. But I didn't think that. I think the discussion will be going further like this because, yeah, we're talking about buying a house already. Who wants to like do AMDAL calculation and then calculate energy consumption before buying a house here. Because I think we as an individual, we want to look about the bigger picture, about the bigger picture before buying a house. Is it, I think the resident area, does the residential area have like a proper waste management, a proper uh, drainage, and so on that can maintain the environment long lasting and then safe with our residents maybe in the future. So that's why I think this is very important because we have to see about the condition of the surrounding environment that we live, because as part of the world, we have mutual duty or collective duty to maintain our environment, keep safe and healthy, because sometimes the environment will give detrimental effects to us if we cannot manage them properly. So from our consideration before buying a house is really important, because if you want to buy a house or from the land itself, so you need to consider about the location, about the size, how how your plan to build a house um, doesn't yeah, I think doesn't affect the environment to be like downgraded as the quality of the environment. And then if you want to buy from the property agency, or maybe there is a residential area in your maybe in your city, so you can ask them if they have maybe the legalization from the government or AMDAL or something that stated that this property agency or maybe this resident area has fully supported to maintain the environment. So I think that this is the basic principles that we can consider before buying or building a house. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saifullah. Okay. So maybe anyone want to answer this question? Mr. Nesa so far, I guess. Do you want to answer this question?
Oh, okay. It's actually really good question. So when you buy or rent a house, is it important to think about the energy consumption? If you ask myself, I think it's really important to think about the energy consumption. But for now, I'm not actually renting a house, so I live in kos-kosan, So maybe the energy consumption is not that really huge, maybe because I only calculate it based on the PLN token that I always buy every single month. But the thing is that I'm really concerning about this because sometimes when I'm going out after finishing my job, because I'm usually working at home, so when I'm going out, I need to ensure every single electricity devices that I have should be turned off because I think it will be more efficient, right, to the energy and more wise to have that kind of habit. And then also, if I buy some kind of uh, electricity stuff, maybe when we're talking about the EVAC to the surrounding, I'm always considering about the the devices maybe uh, cannot affect my neighbors. For example, it doesn't have any big or huge uh, sound that maybe cause my neighbors will not like it, right? For example, I have a inverter over here, and then also hair dryers. So whenever I choose that kind of equipment at my place, I also consider about the effect. Example about about the sound. So it's not only referring to the emission, but maybe that any kind of things that maybe affect my surrounding. So I define the effect to the surrounding is not only about the emission, but also when my neighbors feel not really good when I'm using it. So the way I look about the energy consumption is more on the way I spend the electricity at my place, whether I'm going to turn every single devices that I have when I'm going out and making it more wisely when I'm not using it. So I need to turn it off. And then also when I select every single devices that I'm using, I think it will be more wisely if I'm not going to bother my neighbor. So that's the way I'm looking to this question.
Thank you. Very good answer from Mr. Nisha so far. This is what I want to hear from you guys. I mean, like, this is a daily activity that we frequently hear, we often hear, but uh, not that technical stuff that maybe some of us doesn't understand about it. uh, yeah, maybe that's Miss Aulia want to share her opinion, please.
Yeah, thank you for the chance. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Uh, okay, thank you. Uh, uh, I I believe to know energy consumption is very good, but I think even if we still didn't know how to calculate energy consumption, I think we can start small action to save our earth. For example, in my home, my family doesn't throw away organic waste from our home. I think every day we have organic waste, but we didn't throw it. We just didn't throw it, but we use it for, how do you say, pupuk organic. So, for example, the leftover water from washing rice in my family. We used to water the plants, and then I have some tree in my home. The fallen leaves from my tree we use as fertilizer to our plants. So I think even I still didn't know how still even I didn't know the how much the energy consumption in my home. I think I already start a little step to save our earth. That's all from me. Thank you. Can you
Thank
get my point?
Yeah, I get your point. Okay. Uh, just you you done some really good things to save energy. I appreciate it. Hmm. Okay, maybe it's just 10 minutes from uh, the the end of this discussion. This is my last question for you guys. Do you think sustainability is a personal choice, or should it be built or into housing design and policy? This is the question for uh, maybe earlier someone said about AMDAL, but uh, I want to I want to ask you guys that when we choose to buy something or rent something, doesn't need to be a house. Do you really consider the sustainability aspect of it? The sustainability aspect of it is like such as the energy consumption that is the energy is that is consumed when the product is being made, or maybe for a housing case is how much of energy that will be consumed. Do you really consider it as a uh, personal reason, or you just give it to the government? Anyone want to answer this question? Miss Aulia, do you you still raise your hand? Do you want? Oh, okay. I will give uh, this opportunity to anyone beside Mr. Saifullah Putra. I'm sorry, Mr. Saifullah Putra. I will give this opportunity to other people. Miss Sophie, do you want to answer this question?
Uh, sorry, I was talking with my friends. Can I maybe come back like a couple minutes, or maybe after one
Yeah.
speaker talk?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Um, Mr. Yusuf, how about you?
Okay, thank you very much. I a little bit unaware about the sustainability, but I try to answer it. The first thing, if you ask me whether it personal choice or driven by housing design or policy, I would say that the first thing it to handle it is the government. I think so. The personal is the rest for the second because that's the function of government that have a policy to make it easy to use by the personal for the rest. Okay, that's my point. Do you get it?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I get it. You think that the government should provide, and um, we as individual doesn't need to think about it further because it is the responsibility of the government.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone from the government want to say anything about it? I don't know, Mr. Saifullah Putra. Do you want to answer this question, please?
Well, thank you for the opportunity. I think sustainability, um, we can we can, I think, hope this view or maybe this principle um, for our personal choice. And also, it could be better if the principle can be used in housing design and policy for our government. So that's why I think that sustainability doesn't guarantee you to live for a short term, but it could be a better investment for the next generation to live maybe in the surrounding or in the environment that we live today. So I think we cannot view the maybe the principle for this time or in the present time because we haven't seen the effect in the future, but as present the present generation we can do a lot of things, a lot of strategy to make sure that our environment and our housing areas maybe are good for us to live and for our next generation in the future.
So, uh, is it a personal choice? I guess.
Personal choice and it can be good for this housing design and policy also.
Okay.
So for both of those aspects, I think that's really good to be implemented.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Saifullah. Miss Sophie, please.
Yeah, I would like to try answer shortly since the other speakers already put very clear point, I think. And I agree with the first speaker. I forgot his name to to make it like into policy and to make it like a collaboration between the civilian and government. But I know like in practice it's not as simple as the idea when it came because everybody has variety of income, you know, and building this kind of house for sustainability, especially for longer term period of time, it costs a lot of money. And the the urgency of having a house, it's kind of like not aligned with how much income per per family has. So this could be a discussion that could be discussed in a deeper level, which uh, different approach, because we can just like, okay, which one is better? Like, it should be personal choice or it should be controlled by government policy. I think doesn't it can be looked from that way because it's more complicated than it sounds. So for current situation, we can encourage individual who has enough income to build their house or to want to build house for this type of concept since the beginning, but we can't generalize every single person who want to build a house should be like following this procedure, because the point that I've mentioned before. So it's still complicated to conclude it now, I think.
Thank you,
That's
Miss.
yeah.
Mm, thank you, Miss Sophie. I want to hear the answer from my friend Nessa. I appreciate that you do something to reduce your energy consumption, but do you think that mm, the the choice to live sustainable uh, depends on what government doing, or is it just what you're doing?
Uh, I think I really do believe that everything must be coming from the personal. I mean, to the person itself. Even when we're talking about the government is also about the people inside the government, right? So
Yeah.
whenever the people inside the government, which is the same as us, don't have their personal choice, but the sustainability, I think it will not going to work. So I think everything must be start from the personal choice, even from the government, because we define government is also about the person inside the government, which is the same people like us. So I think it has to be a personal choice. You cannot saying that government will going to do or build that kind of thing, but the government itself don't really believe to this kind of sustainability thing. So I think it has to be a personal choice in the very beginning. So every people need to be aware on this. And if the government are not going to do this, then maybe I can do it by myself. So there is no dependency each other. I believe that if it's all coming from ourselves, starting small, maybe it can be bigger. But at the same time, if our government may be better compared to what we have right now, I think, of course, the regulation need to be there. So the sustainability is not only about the word, but it has to be managed because I really do believe that uh, a clear policy that implement into a specific country is really matter. But it will be useful as not useful as well if the personal or the people that live into that in that country not really understand about sustainability. It's just being a words that or regulation that living in the country. So I think it has to be started by a personal choice, even from the government. The government itself is also starting from the personal, each personal that exists over the government.
Very good, very good argument you have, Mr. Nesa. Uh, yeah, I also believe the same argument with you that we as person, we as individual need to choose and to choose the sustainability aspect. Wait. Okay. Anyone want to answer this question again? It's getting late, and anyone want to answer this question before I close this discussion? Okay, Miss Henny.
Okay, thank you, sir. I would like to add a bit about the sustainability. Um, if we want to buy or rent some house, yeah, or house, of course, yeah, we have to consider about. I would like to underline here about environmental sustainability, of course, yeah, because we are as the owner of our house, we have to create a good environment, yeah, that's our own right to create it, yeah, as our house. But there are three pillars that I remember, yeah, about sustainability here. The first one, environmental sustainability. The second is social sustainability, and the third is economic sustainability. Yeah, we are as the owner, of course, we need to prepare about the economic sustainability. Yeah, start from our money. Yeah, if we are in, I could say that financial stability, of course, yeah, the first thing we have to prepare about money to buy a house, yeah. So means that we are stable in economic sustainability. And the second, of course, environmental sustainability. We create our house like go green. We create, yeah, or we create in clean area or nice area. So the first thing, we breathe nice oxygen. We get a nice oxygen without gas emission. Yeah. And the third, social sustainability. Yeah, I guess that is from our government, as the previous speaker said. Yeah, that's not our own right to prepare for it, but of course, yeah, we have our time to talk. Yeah, free. We are as a, we have our human right to what is that, free to talk, free to speech, yeah, freedom to talk, freedom to speech. Yeah, of course, we have our own social justice for it. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Annie. I think I need to know your answer also, Mr. Angga, about this. You work in advocating energy transition to the government, right?
Why me? Sorry, I didn't pay attention on this question, but yes, I think it is important for personals like people to rent something sustainable. But I think it at the end of the day should be made into policy, because policy creates the environment for people to establish this kind of thing. Yeah, although many people wanna build this, but when the policy doesn't support you, it's also hard for you to build this kind of thing. For example, in terms of the permits, if the government doesn't give you permit to build this sustainable environment or house, you'll find it difficult to establish this. Considering at the moment we still have the limit, I guess, right? To when you have like solar panels in your house, then you have to sell your solar, like your the electricity that you have that is exceeding the needs that you use. You'll have to give it or sell it to the state-owned utility company, which is PLN. Then yes, at the end of the day, although people can freely establish what they want, but again, at the end, it should be made and maintained through like uh, policy, like a good policy and clear policy, and supportive also to the people to build what they want. Um, According to the environment needs also, in terms of like saving the environment through building more sustainable houses. That's my point, Mas Hilmi.
Oh, thank you, Mas Angga, for the insightful answer. I know that you've been working on advocating the policy about energy transition, and that's why this topic really need the POV of you. So, uh, in the end, our choice of whether we buy or rent go far beyond personal lifestyle or finance preference. just like for renting a house or buying a house, we often think about the location, the size, or the price. But as we know that our environment also getting warmer, we need to we need to think bigger about the environment or the effect of what we buy, right? Not just a house or anything. Like when we buy something, does it uh, does the item is sustainable, or once and the, when we buy something, does the item is sustainable or not? Or when we buy a house or rent a house, we also need to see the bigger pictures as environment. So my conclusion is, yeah, uh, we should consider to see not only our personal reason, but also the bigger picture, like environment. um yeah, I think that's the con- conclusion of this discussion. Thank you, Mr. Angga. That's all.
You finish, Mas Hilmi? If so, do you mind stop sharing your screen? Okay. All right. Finally, we come to the end. Once again, thank you so much, Mas Hilmi. Uh, yeah, I hope we can buy our house, as said. Okay, before we end, please don't leave the room first, guys, because we're going to take pictures. But before that, let me share my screen. Give me a second. Okay, does anyone see the screen I share here?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Angga.
Okay, this is the certificate, like the form of appreciation for us, for every speaker participate. Oh, sorry, every moderator participating in our discussion. So yeah, this is for Hilmi, the one that is chairing our discussion today. Well, let's take some picture here. Everyone, can you guys please show your video, turn on your video? And Sophie looks very excited with her friend over there. Hi, Sophie's friend. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you here. Okay. Anyone, can you please turn on your video so we can soon take pictures? Okay. Thank you, Saifullah, Nessa, Aulia. Thank you, Livia. Oh, it's been a while not seeing Livia's face. Dea, Yusuf, GNR, Henny, please. Uh, okay, thank you, Mr. GNR. Let me prepare to to capture some good photos here. Okay, thank you, Henny. Wait, give me a second. Anyone? Yusuf and Olivia? Dea? Okay, let's take some photos. Oh, I myself haven't opened my camera. Oh, wait.
I thought it was a different issue.
I almost. How can I do this? Oh, wait. I'm too focused to asking people like showing their own camera. Wait. I got some issue here. How can I? All right, give me a second. Oh no, I don't know how to. I found it finally. Ah. Okay. Let's take some pictures. One, two, three. Another pose. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Thank you, Mas Hilmi. I'll send the certificate to you. Now let's take more photos without the certificate. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Another one. Last one. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Oh yeah, I have some feedback actually. Just a few feedback regarding our English, but it's not much because everyone can speak very well. It's just like the minor issues like pronunciation. In terms of pronunciation, I found some people pronouncing this word uh, product. It's not product, but it's product, so not you but ah. Then it's not inside but inside. Remember when there is G and H meeting with each other, they're silent mostly in English. Like eight, it's not egg. Night, it's not night, etc. Then it's not determine but determine. So it's not mine but mean. Then I found vocabulary mistake. It's not infestation. Infestation is bahasa. It's investment. Well, that's all that I noticed. Overall, you guys did very well. I also got like a lot of insights from what you shared in our meeting. Hopefully, next week we will meet again in a good environment and condition. Everyone will be well when we meet again in our meeting. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Angga.
you.
Thank you.